Okay, next step, people. We've got floors, walls, roofs, and they're connected right now. Let's go back to our level one plan. And I want you to see some things in terms of datums and what we talk about when we're talking about datums. Well, if I click on the architecture tab and I go all the way to the right, notice there's a datum section on this portion of the ribbon. One is grayed out because we can't draw horizontal levels in plan. The second is a grid. To see that come live for you, if you go here, and we'll save the project as we go. Now in an elevation view, notice we can draw levels and we can draw grids, okay? What does that mean? Well, if you look right now, you'll see in level one, I can see my grids. I can also see them in level two right now, but I want you to see if you can notice something when I go back to this elevation. Now keep in mind, we can see all of these right now. But if I go to this elevation and I click on these datums, what would happen if I hovered here and I pulled that datum up so that those datums weren't, and notice the datums are working together in 3D right now. We'll talk about that a little later as well. But if I go to level 2 and level 1, I'm still seeing all of these datums. Well, why does that matter? I'm going to go to my south elevation and I'm going to put in another level. I'm going to go low this time and I'm going to put in a level 10 feet below. It's called level 3, but I am going to click on it once, twice, and I'm going to rename this basement. Okay? Yes, I'd like to rename corresponding views. Now I'm going to scroll out, click on that, and drag it all the way across so that it snaps to the other ones. Okay? Now if I go to that basement level, notice I don't see any of my grid lines. Okay? I am going to tile my windows, and in order to tile them, I can do it one of two ways. I can go and hit WT on my keyboard and it tiles all my windows that are open, usually a big mistake if you have a lot of windows open. Or when I go back here, I can simply come here and I want you to see this. So I'm going to pull up the basement view and then I'm going to go to my south elevation. Notice right now these datums are here, but as I pull those datums down, and I'm going to try, oops, I got a temporary dimension. I didn't want that. I'm going to click on that datum. I'm going to hover in that bubble and drag it down. I'm going to at least try to do that. Let me try it from here. There we go. Now notice as it crossed, I could see those grid lines. That should start telling you something. Datums 1, 2, and 3 were not visible, right, until they cross that datum the first time. Let's see if I can undo that so you can see it again. Okay, that's good. This is important so that you know why you don't see your grid lines, because what students will do is recreate them over and over because they think they can't see them. But what they don't realize is that a grid line has to cross a level datum in order for you to see it in that view. And that's going to be important as you start working on larger projects that require grids. So again, watch this view up here, this basement view. I'm going to click here. I'm hovering and I'm dragging. Let me try this again. I'm going to try and get in as close as I can. And this can be tough. There we go. And you have to hold down your left mouse button. And once it crosses, there, it crosses. Now you can see those in those view. Now, I'm also going to do something else. Notice that I see the 1, 2, and 3, but I don't see the what? The A, the B, and the C. I'm going to pause the video so you can see something though. So we're back live again. What are we going to do? We don't see the A, B, and the C. Let's go to an east elevation as someone suggested. Right? And in this east elevation, you see what's happening now on my tabs. I really don't like what's going on there. Here's what I'm going to do so we can see this better. I'm going to close a couple of my views. right? I can bring them back very easily. Now I'm going to go to an east elevation. And in that east elevation, notice that A, B, and C are not crossing the basement datum. I'm going to click on A up here, scroll in, and drag it down so that it crosses. And once it crosses, there it appears in that view. Now I can see all my datums, both the levels and the grids. And again, this is something a lot of people, they don't see them. They look at their view range and they look at things and, oh, datums are very important, people, for you to get your plan views to work properly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, give you all a few minutes to get comfortable with this, and then we'll keep going.